Welcome to The Juice, where we're talking about getting more of what we want and less of what we don't. Hi, I'm Jory Desjardins of Blog Her, and with me is Jennifer Lee
Hi.
of Artisan Coaching. Jennifer is a certified coach and expert in creativity. So your clients are always seeking ways to be creative in some way.
Exactly. Be creative, be authentic, live the life they want. Yeah.
So this is a perfect time because, as you probably know, being in the blogosphere, that bloggers are constantly trying to find inspiration for their blogs.
Right.
This is a real critical thing, and I think one of the most common things that bloggers are complaining about is how to tap into their creativity. But first, let's take a look at what inspired this episode with this week's Trop 50 Spotlight.
Hi, I'm Renee with mothersraisingboys.com, and the way I handle writer's block is simply by being organized and trying to be proactive. So I have this incredible tool, my iPhone, that I love, and I use the notes section. So when I'm out and about and something inspires me, I jot it down. And when my kids are driving me crazy and the 4 boys make me want to scream, I write it down. So that when I have a little bit of a brain freeze, all I need to do is look in my notes. And it has saved me a lot of aggravation.
So Jennifer, let's get started.
All right.
I'm a blogger. I like to think of myself as a creative person, but clearly anyone who's a creative suffers from writer's block. What is one of the first things you would recommend?
Well, there's some strategies that you can use that are both mental and physical, and we can start with the physical first. And I know oftentimes when I have writer's block, it's because I'm stuck in my head. I've got all the inner critic stuff going on, and that's really not helpful, right? So one thing to do to change things up is to actually change your physical location. So I'll leave my office, I'll take my laptop outside where it's beautiful, get inspired. Some people go to coffee shops.
Yes, that's my favorite, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So it just shakes things up. And actually my friend, blogger Gretchen Wagner, created a tool called the Muse Cubes. And those are like dice, and they have words like howl, giggle, stretch. So you roll them, you kind of do what they say, and that really helps get you in your body and in the flow.
So I can see myself in a cafe rolling dice, howling, laughing. Anything to get the blog post out, I will do it.
Excellent.
So let's just say I have a new place to go to. If I do that and I still have writer's block, what's something I can remember?
One great thing is to just know that it's okay for it to be not perfect, that your first draft can be really totally awful, and to just give yourself permission for that. So one way to do that is to just do a brain dump and just get all your thoughts on paper. They could be unfinished sentences, they could be bullet points, they could be, there could be typos in it, and just go ahead and refine that. You can always go back, and that at least gets you something on paper.
So that's relieving for me because I am a perfectionist like so many other people, and just knowing that it doesn't have to be perfect the first time is half the battle.
Exactly. And one way that I also get around it is that I'll ask myself some questions as if somebody was interviewing me. So it's easier to respond to the questions and type out the answers to that than to start with a blank piece of paper.
So being like the news reporter.
Totally, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then I'll edit out the questions when I'm ready to be done, and then it usually comes out great.
So as a blogger, we're always pressured to post. We want to post as frequently as possible. It's great for our blog traffic. It's great just to get our readers into it and to give them something all the time. How do you battle that pressure to post?
It can be hard, so a great way around that is to create a structure for yourself. So some people might blog about food on Tuesdays or Wellness Wednesday, and they blog about self-care or what have you.
So setting a schedule will help.
Definitely. Another thing that you can do is what in the newspaper business they call evergreen content, and those are interesting articles that aren't really time sensitive. So oftentimes I'll have some drafts going on in my blog that I'll go to that have started off from scraps of paper where I did scribbles and then put that on a draft. So when I need to do a post, I have some place to start from, and it's a lot easier.
So I heard that Twitter is actually one of your inspirations.
Yeah, it actually is really great for just helping the flow of writing. I actually had a client who started Twittering just to get in the mode of typing. So doing the 140 characters helped her just, get comfortable with it, and she started blogging more and then working on her papers and her articles. It really helped her get in the flow.
So it's not about the magnum opus. It's about short and sweet and getting to it bit by bit by bit.
Exactly. The other great thing about Twitter is that when you're writing, you need to think about your audience, right? So with Twitter, you can just put something out there and get lots of responses, see what lands, what doesn't, and that could help feed your ideas as well.
I love it. Jennifer, thank you so much for your insights. This was fantastic, and we thank you well in advance of our next post.
Thanks.
And thanks to Trop50 from Tropicana for making the juice possible. We want to share your insights, especially if you have a video or post that you want to share with us. Do come to www.blogher.com/thejuice, and we'll see you there.